My name's Robin Knowles. With a number of other people, I've been involved in the preparation of the Qatar Law Forum. That's a forum that's dedicated to the global commitment to the rule of law. I like to think that we have ahead of us an unprecedented opportunity to deal with that subject. We're able to bring in global leaders in law from across the world. 2 days are going to be devoted to the discussion and dialogue between those global leaders. The programme is a remarkable one. It's been put together with the assistance of Harvard Law School, amongst many others. But although the programme features a number of global leaders to begin the discussion from the position of seminar panellists, the unique feature of this forum is that almost every person in the audience could be a keynote speaker or a seminar panellist in their own right. So the dialogue that we're looking forward to is dialogue of unprecedented depth and calibre. So let me, if I may, say a little about the content of the programme over those 2 days. After everyone has been welcomed by the co-conveners, Lord Wolfe and Sir William Blair, a short keynote address from the President-elect of the United Kingdom's new Supreme Court will be delivered on the theme of global commitment to the rule of law in the 21st century. But that short keynote address will move directly into a seminar, the panellists of whom comprise Chief Justices from 8 jurisdictions across the world. And I might add, if you look across the audience, you'll find another 6 or so Chief Justices from across the world. Just as following the discussion with the aid of that first seminar panel, short speeches will be heard from the Presidents, respectively, of the International Court of Justice and the European Court of Human Rights. And that's just the beginning, the first morning of the 2 days that we have devoted to this study. I mentioned that in the audience we have a number of Chief Justices, and former Chief Justices for that. But we also have a range of global leaders in law drawn from other areas and disciplines. General Counsel, lead partners, members of the judiciary, regulators, academics from every continent, regulators both at national level and international. We have the presidents of some 16 national bar associations, together with the presidents of some of the overarching bar associations around the world. The IMF, the World Bank and others, all represented at senior level. And the purpose is to ensure that what happens throughout is a true dialogue between those who can bring a dimension in their own way. And then across the balance of the programme, we'll be looking at subjects from governance to global cooperation. We'll be looking at subjects from equality through to regulation. Given the opportunity of our presence in the Middle East, we'll be taking the opportunity to focus on Islamic finance, for example, and looking at the rule of law in its Islamic context as well as in its broader global context. We've a really important session on the role of women in the law, and on that session, as all others, the panel is remarkable and the audience too is remarkable. There are some what are called speciality networking lunches, which will address a range of subjects, this time from sports law to the new civil and commercial court in Qatar. The session devoted to cooperation will give us the chance perhaps to take forward some of the dialogue recently begun in Davos at the instigation of the governments of Qatar, of Singapore and of Switzerland. And the two days rightly will focus on the role of legal education, a very important session on a subject that in its own obvious way is key to the future of the rule of law. Our focus on legal education will also share a focus on the legal professions, the way they are organised today, and it'll be a privilege to be in the company of our host legal profession, that of Qatar. And just as we study the legal profession in one session, so also modern dispute resolution techniques will be the focus of another. And so across these 2 days, the aim is, with an unprecedented gathering of those who have a contribution to make, with, I hope, the attention and interest of the press and of individuals not present at the forum, but located around the world, this subject of the rule of law in the 21st century and of our global commitment to that subject will have the treatment it deserves. But that's just a summary of the programme and some of the individuals there and some of the contents of it. There's a full version on www.qatarlawforum.com, and through that website as well it'll be possible to follow the conference as it continues, and for everybody in their own way to contribute to the thought and debate. So I personally have great hopes for this unique opportunity to deal with something that's really, really important to all of us. And I would just like to close by expressing my thanks to all those who've been involved in working towards that end under the directorship of Malik Dalan, the director of Qatar Law Forum. Thank you very much.